Okay, dope. All right, let's see. Excuse me. See if we get anybody in the comments if you're here watching. Say hello. We're going live for the first time. Actual live. You've already been drinking a tiny bit.
Yeah. Just a little.
Just a little.
Uh-huh.
Your pretzels, my dear.
I've been eating the pretzels. What are you going to do? You going to open your bottle or are you going to try the other one?
I'm going to try some. That was pretty good. I'm trying. I was going to ask you wanted to try something. So.
Saturday night.
How's your day going?
It's going good. It's cold and raining outside, so no outside for us.
Well, that's true. Okay, play my dress. So, just starting off with a little sippy sip. This came from my friend Jacob from, he sent a few samples. This one's Jack Daniel's Heroes. I'm almost empty on it, so this is the last of it. It's pretty, like 130 something proof. Before I finish it, I just wanted you to see what you think about it.
It's not strong. Does that burn now?
It burns, yes. that was my reaction too.
I mean, it's good. I'm just like, not feeling that burn coming up now.
Yeah. Afterwards, we'll probably get warmed up enough to go outside.
It's got like a caramel to it at the end.
You got a caramel?
Mm-hmm. That's nice.
It brings me back to when I first started drinking. Because I remember my first whiskey. Actually, what was your first whiskey? Do you remember?
I have no idea. I don't even know what we started with. We always started with tequila.
Tequila.
Mm-hmm.
Of course.
We had tequila. We had, of course, Presidente back then, and, the 90s.
Yeah, we had a little conversation about that earlier.
What was the other? Southern Comfort? We had, what else did she drink? Mom drank different things depending on what party we went to. Depends on what bottles that they would bring for the parties, the adults,
I just remember really going to so many quinceañeras
Mhm.
growing up. Um, we had so many quinceañeras, and everybody brought a bottle of Presidente. So I thought it was, the bottle to get.
Yeah, yeah.
I didn't know, it was Presidente. It was Jack Daniels. It's like, me. It was like everybody was just shooting it, and pretty much mixing with Coke or
Yeah,
Coca
yeah,
Cola.
yeah. Jack and Coke, and I
So
think we had Jose Cuervo. I think was another one they brought to the parties.
yeah, and then the high one was uh, uh Patron.
Yeah, but
So
I think for me, for my family, our parties were always at the house, and at the house it was kegs of beer. But I mean, I remember going with mom and to the west side to go pick up the kegs of beer for the birthday parties, so the adults could drink and the kids could run around, and it was kegs of beer.
I mean, what's a Hispanic 3-year-old birthday party without
Without
a
the keg of
keg of beer?
beer. So
Yeah.
true. Mm.
So after growing up, it's just uh, it's like I always thought Presidente. It's like I didn't really understand at the time, and then realized that Presidente is brandy, and
Mm.
I wanted to be kind of more like, let's get something more expensive, and then so we went to Don Pedro.
Mm.
Don Pedro was like, I guess, more the second of Presidente. Um, I know it's a lower class, so if you know, let me know in the comments. Uh, and but I didn't really drink when I was younger. It was like it was uh went to school in Wyoming, so from Texas to Wyoming, the higher altitude is like my first real beer or beer that I drank was really Corona,
Mm.
and then afterwards in dorm rooms, with all the other guys, um, we uh, first liquor really was Everclear.
Oh.
Yeah,
Mm-mm.
yeah. So Everclear and orange juice, or cranberry juice, or
Oh,
cran apple.
pineapple, yeah.
Yeah, and so I got stuck with Everclear. That by the time I finished my schooling in Wyoming and came back to Texas, it's like I was impressing my friends by drinking a fifth of Everclear without really getting a buzz.
Jeez.
So, yeah, there was a lot more beer drinking back
Mm.
then. And then when we got to whiskey, it was, kind of growing up, not really knowing anybody that really got into it was, or into like whiskey and scotch and all that.
Mm.
Uh, we drank stuff, instead of bottom shelf, we were drinking Jim Beam, Jack Daniels. But I always got stuck with, or didn't get stuck. But my preference was Wild Turkey, and then if I can splurge a little bit more with my not having very much money, you know, Wild Turkey 101.
Mm.
And until now, I know Wild Turkey 101 is, that good daily sipper
Yeah,
drink. And I love Wild Turkey 101.
I like wild turkey on ammonia.
So now that's getting to this whole year and almost year and a half now, pretty
Mm.
close to a year and a half, getting into cigars. I've gotten a little bit better or a little bit more interested in more whiskeys,
Mm.
and you know, getting that Weller, Buffalo Trace, um,
Yeah, Elijah Craig
Elijah
and
Craig,
Angel's Envy.
Angel's Envy,
Mhm.
and after when we first met, I wasn't sure if you were that type of drinker.
I surprised you.
You
I
did.
surprised
It
you.
was, I was like, are you like a Smirnoff, um, vodka and Big Red, or drinker, or wine coolers? But I'm
No,
drinking
I
whiskey,
took your cup from you and I drank it.
and I'm like, ooh, a whiskey drinker.
No problem.
Uh, I, I, you know, I don't know if the drinking is a problem or just there's two of us now.
We don't even drink that much every. We don't even really drink every day.
Oh, we don't drink every day,
Yeah.
and it's not. We don't drink to get drunk, so
Mm-hmm.
that's very seldom.
Mm-hmm.
Especially uh, one night on that Elijah Craig arrived. Mm,
Oh yeah, I grounded you after that. No more
mm,
lives for
no more
you. You
lives.
drank the bottle. Nope.
Yeah,
No
uh,
more.
yeah. We don't like to talk about that anymore.
We don't. He does. I got the pictures.
Yeah, there's. It could have been worse.
It could have
It could
been.
have been worse.
If I hadn't woken up at 3 o'clock in the morning, it would have been worse.
It was a fun night. Apparently, my second side came out and
Hmm.
talked to everybody, and yeah, everybody had a great time.
Yeah.
So, um, so now we're into Weller and trying to pairing not only whiskeys. I've actually gotten more into coffee.
Hmm. Yes.
So coffee and um, trying more, hinting more on less creamer, less sugar, less milk in my coffee to actually taste like darker the coffee itself to
Hmm.
pair the cigar with.
Yeah.
And that's where you and I are a little different because you do like the coffee in the morning, and um, I kind of feel like you've actually smoked more cigars for breakfast than I have lately,
Yeah, but I
especially
have
lately.
the cigars that I have though are
Hmm,
mostly paired with coffee.
true.
They're a little bit sweeter. They even have the coffee notes in them. So yeah, I do, and I drink coffee mostly at work. So that I work from home, so I'm able to make my little pot of coffee and drink my coffee through the day, and then drink tea, hot tea, during the afternoon. It's just something that I have to do to keep going for work. Otherwise, I'm like exhausted. But I mean, I like my creamer with a little bit of coffee.
So we've also gotten since we're not so much like non-flavored, not also like non-flavored stuff. Stayed away from Fireball now, you know, and and I like a rich caramel sweet in my whiskeys
Mhm.
every now and then, and so we've kind of picked up our local distillery. She's getting something else. Oh, refill.
Refill.
So besides drinking like just Weller, Buffalo Trace, Elijah Craig, you know, on the other side we do like having some fun. We call it fun because it's not really being sophisticated about it. Um, but we did pick up some Iron Wolf. This is the hot scotch. She picked up the gin version,
Which has citrus in it.
and it's not that bad. It doesn't. There's not as much juniper in it, and it's pretty good sipping. You know, you got it. You got it. You got it. You got it. You
I
got
got it.
it. I like the way you pour. So I'll go ahead and crack this open. We've had this for a couple days, or
It was my birthday gift.
oh yeah, we've had it for more than a few days
Mhm.
now. So we're going to crack this open because this kind of seems fun. And so that gin, you're actually pairing it
Ooh.
or pairing it with, or should I say, mixing it
Mixing it
with a little
with
Sprite.
Sprite and cucumber lime Gatorade. This is Splash.
And it's pretty good if you put a if you
Get
do
some
a,
tagine.
yeah, if you rim the glass with tagine, that cucumber, it's really nice. It may be over there. Oh, let's. These have rubber corks, so it's not really. Let's see if it pops. Yeah, it pops. And so this hot scotch, I can even read from there. Let's see. It says born in Texas Hill Country, Iron Wolf Ranch and Distillery breeds premium spirits infused, uh, with unique local ingredients, all masterfully crafted to bring you and your pack the ultimate experience. Edgy and bold, wild and free, we bring you the best taste of Texas and just the right amount of attitude. So, um, it's named Iron Wolf, and it's kind of after um, they have like a wolf dog on there, Luna. Um, this is their Iron Hot. This one is like,
It is delicious.
and this one they say screw Fireball.
Yes, it is so good.
It is a lot better. It is a sweet cinnamon peppery whiskey.
Mm-hmm.
Not just it's not just flavored. It's more. I guess it's distilled with more stuff. So this is great in with the eggnog. It makes it hot.
Mhm. Hot cocoa is also good in hot cocoa. That's what I drink it with. That was so good. And of course, I love it in Coke because Coke used to have a cinnamon Coke that came out a few years ago, and I loved it. They don't sell it anymore. But if I add some of that to my Coke, it's just like the same thing, but just get a little bit of kick, and I liked it a lot. So yeah. But Crispin's the one that's been drinking it, so that was also my birthday gift to myself. But
Yeah, we share like,
share.
And then I'll get another one. So I'm gonna try some of this.
Mm.
So we had some of this at a tasting at our local liquor store
Mhm.
because the distillery is about an hour drive from us, and so she wanted to try it, and I was like, "Oh, hey, they have some here." It's like, "I'll go pick you up after I get off work, and we'll drive over and take a tasting."
Mhm.
And they have a regular bourbon also. I believe they also have a few other stuff. Oh, what else did they have besides? They had the gin. They had the Iron Hot, which is cinnamon, a hot scotch,
Mhm.
bourbon.
That was
Uh,
it.
I thought they have a brandy and a rum.
Oh yeah, I thought you meant at the tasting.
No, but
No,
like
their
all
line.
together.
Yeah, they have a rum, and I think a brandy too.
Yeah. Haven't we didn't get to try those.
Mm-mm.
We actually tried the bourbon kind of like afterwards, and it's a Texas bourbon, so it has some heat to it.
Mhm.
Um, but after kind of been drinking a couple bottles of Weller, I'm kind of it
I
it
think for me, the Iron Hot and the hot scotch really stood out more than the bourbon did,
right.
and so that's why I ended up picking up those instead.
So this hot scotch, when I first tried it, you know, it has butterscotch, and I mean
Mm.
like literally butterscotch,
Yes.
and there's like a pepper to it too, and so I was like, I don't know if I'm going to like the pepper. Is it like jalapeno? We've had jalapeno tequila before,
Mhm.
and it's good in a margarita, but
You don't really taste it.
yeah, but it's not. You smell it.
Yeah,
You
you
smell,
smell it more than you taste it. Yeah.
and so really the first time I had it, it was you taste it, and you get that sweetness of butterscotch, and it's like those hard candy butterscotch like back in the day,
Yes.
and you suck on them. It's like
Like
it's
grandma used to have.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh gosh, this is such butterscotch. And then once you swallow, you taste like the not fireball, but like the hard cinnamon candy aftertaste. And
And
so,
just a pow in the
yeah.
back of your mouth, like
So
real good.
it was like, I was like, I'm like, oh, and that's exactly my reaction at the
Mhm.
time. So, It does. It's like so. I know few people don't like too much sweetness. It's like too sugary.
Mhm.
Um, I think a lot of taste buds. But if you're at a party, and I think this would be a good one just to bring up. It
Mhm.
like especially if you're drinking like stuff with eggnog and stuff like a holiday party. I think
Yeah.
this would be a good like kind of Christmas party, especially when you're around people that don't really drink
Mhm.
a higher end, uh, and for the distinct notes and stuff of whiskeys. I think this would be fun.
Mhm. I think it also has that really good balance of that sweet versus that hot kick to the back of your throat type of thing. And so you're getting that sweetness
Mm.
coated, and then by the time you swallow, then you get that like hotness coming out.
Yeah.
That little kick, that little pow. But yeah, your face was freaking hilarious when you tried it. Because I was like waiting. I was waiting. I took a sip, I held it in my mouth for a little while, and slowly I went ahead to finish off the drink, but you were like all woo, and then you swallowed right away, and you're like, whoa. I
Yeah.
was like,
It
oh yeah, it's got a kick.
it's oh that heatness is it's not like a pepper hot or like a jalapeno hot
Right,
or like a chili pepper hot.
right.
It,
It's like
it's
those
it's cinnamon.
candies.
It's
It's that
heavy
cinnamon
cinnamon,
candy, yeah, that we had growing up.
and it's divided in your mouth. You
Mhm.
actually get this. It still has the butterscotch sweetness in the front, and then
In
in
the
the
back,
back you have the that cinnamon in the back.
yeah,
So it's a good sipper.
yeah.
Want some? I know you want
I'm
to mix.
sticking with my gin.
Okay,
Sticking with my gin, my citrus over here. But yeah, I
so
like that one too.
it's like I want to try this in a little eggnog and see. It might be
How it
make it too
pairs.
sweet though.
Mm,
I haven't mixed this with anything else. It's made me have a glass of this and then mix move on to something better. But it's a good starter.
mhm.
Sometimes I feel like when you start tasting, I feel like sometimes when you start tasting a whiskey, that first coating on your mouth, it's hard to taste what it is. That's why when you um, go and they give you just a little cup, you don't drink the whole thing. You have to taste it first and then judge it on the second time
Oh, the second time, yeah.
because it's like the first hit.
Yeah.
So we're live. Doesn't look like we have anybody at the moment. So hopefully, once this does go out, we'll get somebody on the comments.
Yeah.
Um, let's see. I'll take a moment. We should play some music on here. So,
More music?
well, music background. We can't really since it's for sure. Hmm,
I don't know what.
you could.
Oh.
Be right with y'all, folks. Probably skip for a good 2 seconds here. Do 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 do.
let us know in the comments if anybody's actually tried the Iron Wolf brand as well, and which one you guys like, or which ones do you drink or pair with. Um, like I said, I've been seeing I saw the billboards around when we keep traveling back home and back and forth, and I told Crispin, I said I really want to go there and try it, and so it was pretty cool that um, they actually had the tasting just down the road from us at the liquor store up the road. So I was excited when Crispin came to get me so we can go try it because I really wanted to try it. And I really love their iron hot, the cinnamon, because I just love cinnamon. Um, to anything that tastes with cinnamon. So I was really excited about trying that, and I really liked it. So I got a bottle for myself for my birthday.
So, so today we didn't really do much. We uh, got up, made breakfast,
Mm-hmm.
looked at birds outside.
Yes.
We love looking at our.
The cardinals and the blue jays that come around, I feed them, and today they were right there at the door. 6 o'clock in the morning, 7 o'clock in the morning, I could hear them. So I went ahead and
Hey, Kiki.
hey, and got to go take some pictures and videos of the cardinals and the female and the male cardinals fighting over the food. So it's pretty cool.
Well, I'm just kind of glad that you can feed the birds,
Yeah.
and we can watch the birds, and then they fly away instead of you just going out there feeding dogs and then bringing the dogs in.
Well,
Because
I saw that bunny rabbit run by, so
uh,
I really want that bunny rabbit, but it didn't come back.
on the bunny rabbit, yeah. I mean,
A little
I mean,
cottontail. It was
you
so
did
cute.
pretty good in a roast. So the bunny, you know, just got there watching Yellow Jackets on. See the season one.
You
And
and Yellow Jackets. Wow. I had to Google because I was not gonna watch the whole thing with Crispin because he watches it also when he goes to work at lunchtime. So I was like, I'm not gonna wait. So I went ahead and Googled what it was about, and yeah, I was like, you can update me when you get home.
so yeah, I mean, there's just so much. Sometimes I have to take a break of researching cigar stuff, whiskey stuff,
Yeah.
working on the podcast, working on what our next videos are going to be. You know,
Mm.
and uh, and then
I
also
like to read junk
and crime
and
stories.
crime stories. Oh, I love my crime podcast. Don't get me started on my crime podcast because I just absolutely love them. That's what I listen to at work. I don't listen to a lot of music. Sometimes I will listen to the Crime Junkie podcast. And then I have a whole other list of them when I finish because, I've finally caught up with a lot of them. And then I found Hometown Ghost Stories. And I absolutely love them. So I listen to their podcasts and work, and it helps me get faster through work. So it's something that I enjoy. And then, I just like my podcast.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So, um, in your podcast, when you're listening to stories, now that you're kind of with me in the cigar world, do you hear or spot when they say like somebody's talking about a cigar or they're characterizing somebody and they're smoking a cigar? Like now that I'm seeing more cigars smoking, it's like I'll spot one whenever I'm watching a movie or a commercial or you know a music video or something.
Yeah, I think like in one of my books, I think I told you, I was like, hey, they said this in my book about this, this, and this. And he's like, yeah, we already talked about it. Remember, we saw a video and the cigar thing, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, oh, yeah, that's where I heard it from. I had to go back to my book and reread that part because, like I said, I read stupid stuff that just gets my mind off of, stressful things dealing with, my life. So, listen, my werewolf and vampire stories that are, they're so stupid, but I still read them because it's love stories and it's just a way for my mind to get out of reality just for a little bit, just to, de-stress. Or I sit outside and, but I have my other stuff I read that every once in a while that'll, of course, my prayers or my it's Advent, so Advent prayers for every day and different books I have for the seasons. So I'll pick those up as well. Just something to kind of like inspire me and keep me going. Because sometimes the holidays are very hard, when we don't have family anymore. So just trying to keep myself going, and I want to be able to, I guess, inspire others. And so I'm like the cheerleader at work. And even though I work out of the office, I'm still talking to the girls through Skype, they call me, on the phone to ask questions. And I'm always trying to keep us all pepped up and, teamwork and keep going. And that's just me. So just trying to be, that little bit of sunshine when everybody's having a really bad day.
Yeah.
Even you.
Yes, even me. Well, you're always cheerful when I come home. Or
Try to be.
6 out of 7 days.
I try to be.
I mean, the other day I came home and I couldn't find you, and you're
I was outside smoking.
Outside smoking a cigar already.
I had the most stressful day, and I needed a drink and a cigar, and that's where I was, outside. And guess what? I was sitting there, and the Cardinals came and sat with me. So it was a beautiful day that day.
Oh, I know. We not besides that we did we started setting up. We set up to do our some more content for our future weeks, because Christmas is coming. We're It's going to be busy, and we probably won't have time to actually do that. And hopefully tomorrow will be a little bit warm. And one of our episodes we're probably going to be bundled up outside. So I mean, we were thinking about going outside and doing this live tonight, but uh, we haven't actually done a real live, and just wanted to make sure um, how it worked. Is like I've done it on uh, you know Randy takes care of it whenever we go to on the Cigar Dudes podcast, and so we'll have an episode with Staloni Cigars on Thursday, 7 p.m. Central. We're going to have a couple giveaways for that. Pretty big giveaways. At least nice looking giveaways.
Yeah.
So hopefully you can join us on that. Let's see. Also, shout out to Frank Hugo, DC,
Yes.
and I'm forgetting the other one. There's 4 guys there. I know there. Matt. How can I forget him?
I'm like, Matt.
How can I forget Matt?
We have
Silver
his picture.
Cigar. Yes, we have his picture. We just got to do a video for it. Yes. So, yes. Definitely. Sorry, man. So, for Stogie Society on Wednesdays, I believe this Wednesday they're also having their guest Status Cigars.
Status Cigars, yeah.
We had them one time on the Cigar Dudes podcast, so hopefully they have a great show, and I'm very sure they'll do good.
Yeah.
I see Kiki was in the comments. If not sure if she's still watching, but what you smoked today? What are you pairing tonight? She probably still has her little boy.
Oh yes.
Probably haven't had time to do anything yet.
I didn't. Today I didn't smoke anything. Yesterday I smoked a nuance. That's why I had to be outside yesterday after work. I needed to de-stress, and I just wanted to quick smoke because it was freezing outside yesterday. It was like 46 degrees, I think.
Yeah.
But I really needed just to relax and just sit out there in the cold with the birds and nature, and just to de-stress.
Maybe tomorrow.
Yeah, we understand. It's just too cold. Today it was colder. Today was colder and raining. We did run out to go get some things, and then we were getting some food because we were hungry around. I say lunch, but it's probably dinner time for us.
Yeah,
we
don't.
The weekend,
like 4 or 5 p.m.
Yeah, the weekend for us, we kind of just run behind, so we really eat later, and we don't really eat that much of a big meal. So
hey, Hugo.
Hey, Hugo. So yeah, but it was still raining, and I think it was like 43 degrees when we went out. 40. It wasn't 46 yet.
No,
it dropped the temperature.
Right.
So yeah, it was cold, and of course Crispin. I bought Crispin 2 jackets because he's freezing outside when he goes to smoke, and I want to go smoke with him, and he tells me it's just too freaking cold for him. So I bought him two new jackets to try out that I was praying are really warm for him so I can go smoke with him because I'm a heater. And so I'm always overheated. So for me, I love the cold outside. And so yesterday and today, Crispin was trying out his jackets. And
So
what'd you think?
yeah, well, my black leather one, which you said that I kind of look like Michael Knight. I'm
You look
like,
like
kid,
you
come
were
get me. He's
you look like Knight Rider.
yeah, an awesome leather jacket. So, um, and today, so I wore that last night to and we smoked um Grande Bold Modafina uh, McAuliffe,
Oh my
which
god, so
it
awesome.
was really good, and it
I mean, I love just the regular Maltafinas, and
mhm,
that one was huge and it was so
yeah.
good. I really
What did
did
we
enjoy that smoke.
say it was 660 or six
I think
but
it was
56.
I think it was a 660. I think.
So they stopped producing them. Um, what did we look up? January of 2023. So
Yes.
it's about a year
Hmm.
since they stopped making those.
Yes.
So that was kind of cool.
And that was a fine. We just found one where we went. I can't remember which shop we ended up going to that we found it.
It was Zydotes
Zydex.
in Georgetown.
And it was before they closed because
Yeah,
they're opening up their new
yeah,
shop.
they're moving. They're
Hmm.
moving to Limmer Road in Austin or Round Rock, I believe.
I think so.
Um, but finished that, and
Hmm.
but like after finishing that, oh, because I was trying out a new pipe or my new pipe with some tobacco that Sober Cigars sent.
Yes.
Um,
Which smelled really good. I really like the smell of it.
and it eventually it dropped from like 46 to like 41,
Yeah,
and then
it was
still
really cold out there.
it's like my
Yeah.
hands were freezing
I didn't have a
afterwards.
jacket on, so yeah, I was like, it's time to go inside.
Yeah, when she says it's cold,
Yeah.
yeah, it's
It's
time to
cold
go.
when I say it's cold. I
But,
freeze Crispin inside with the AC, so yeah, it was cold.
so pretty hopefully pretty soon we'll figure something out like a, a winter tent like Sosa has
Hmm.
or
Oh, I
fix.
already told you I'm putting on my Care Bear winter
It
pajama thing on top of my clothes
is
because
so
it's
warm.
freaking hot.
That
It
is
is
so warm
hot, and
though.
it has a hood, so I'll be good.
We had a pair. We pair. Besides pairing, it's like I had the blue one, grumpy one. She
Yes,
had
I have Chair Bear,
Chair
of course.
Bear. So this was what 6 years ago, seven
Yeah.
years ago. So
7 years ago, yeah, when we first got together.
yeah,
Yeah.
and so we wore it for Halloween, right?
Halloween, we
Halloween,
dressed up, yeah.
and it's great for wintertime,
Yes.
but it wasn't really that cold, and
Mm-mm.
yeah, have it on for a couple hours, and yeah, it gets pretty
It
warm.
is hot in there, yeah, definitely.
So let's see. What tonight? Well, we have that.
Mm.
We did a few videos. Tried to do a few videos.
And then we didn't record on one, and I
One of
was.
them, the camera didn't start, and it's like we
We
did
went through
start to
the
fit
whole
whole thing.
thing. The whole thing, and I was all excited about it. And then
Went to go
Crispin
check,
check, and did not record it at all.
so
Yeah.
we'll try again tomorrow. Get our shoot a couple more episodes and
True.
get them out for the rest of the month.
Hmm.
Um, it's and maybe we'll even go live again next weekend or something.
We might.
Actual go live like this,
Yeah.
you know.
Hmm.
I think next Saturday we are going to go to uh, a Christmas party. Uh, it's at Ventura at Smokers Abbey
Oh
in
yes.
Austin.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I got me a cool Christmas cigar shirt as a ugly Christmas sweater. Really, you know,
Oh.
really Texas too hot to wear a Christmas sweater, but
I know about
especially
lately. Right now, it's freaking
cold.
cold.
But whenever you go inside, you don't want to wear a sweater
That is
all the
true.
time.
You can take it
So
off. So
yeah,
yeah, I gotcha.
and oh, I can wear my second jacket that she had gotten me,
Yes.
which is more Yellowstone style.
Corduroy.
Yeah, corduroy. It's like I can wear my cowboy hat. We are in Texas,
That is true.
so just got to get my botas.
I guess
So
I'll wear my Christmas sweater that I always wear that lights up and has all the ornaments on it.
true.
That's my natural.
So,
Mm, it's my everyday one. I don't feel like dressing up as Mrs. Claus right now. It's a little too early.
yeah, I'm gonna wait for Christmas Eve.
Yes.
Role play.
Yep. Love it.
so, so I usually
Role play. We go and give out gifts
uh,
as Santa and Mrs. Claus.
yes,
Don't lie.
yes, and
It
it's
is.
the only time I actually really have a full beard,
Yes.
and it's white, and I look like Randy or some of the guys now. That's when I could use the full beard or beard pot to carry.
Oh, yeah. That stuff smells good.
It does smell good. So, um,
I don't know. I want some more Lancero morphines from Black Label Trading Company because those were good.
we can pick those up next Saturday too when we go over.
Yeah, because Smoker Hour is where I had it. Definitely. I really love those cigars.
Yeah, Black Label Trading Company had their had dropped morphine out, and a couple weeks ago we had Ida Robusto. She had a Lancero.
So good.
She kept on tasting these bready notes, and
A
so
little bit of spice in there. It was really good.
we kind of traded. And yep, she was correct. And the Lancero didn't have
Mm.
bready notes in it.
Yours was a little bit stronger, a little bit more peppery to it than mine did. It was still a good cigar. I mean, it was still, I just really liked mine. And yeah, I want to pick some more up.
So we'll probably pick some Lanceros up.
Mm.
We did order some flamingos from not Blackbird,
Mhm.
Smoky Pipes.
Yep.
Um,
I got you some 3 cigars from Silent Hero, so we can try those out as well.
so, so we have plenty of pairings to,
Yes.
to do, and we're at least cigars for content.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, that's pretty much it.
Mhm.
So,
Right now, we're just enjoying our Saturday inside because it's too cold outside to be there and having a drink.
well, uh, maybe a couple more drinks, and we'll be warm enough that we need to go outside.
That is true.
Well, that's the one thing about having the pipe too.
Your pipe warms your hands.
It warms my hands. Not only that, it's uh, 10, 15, 20 minutes. Well, 10 minutes, 15 minutes to get a good starting. Another 15 minutes to get a good smoke and then come in. So 30 minutes tops.
Right.
That's quick. So
Maybe I'll get my own pipe. Oh, look what you
created a monster.
started. Look what you started.
So, well, hopefully we can get a little bit more. Let's say, get a group of females that will be able to. We can start having more chat with.
I think that'd be
So,
nice, especially for me, just to, have females that'll, share stories and stuff with as well. I mean,
I mean, we have Kiki, which is cool.
Yes, and
Yes.
Kiki loves Morbid, so I'm excited about that now. I'm like, yes, I got someone else that watches the same things or listens to the same podcast I do. But yeah, I mean, I also write poetry. That's kind of was a passion of mine, and I haven't written in a few years, but I'm kind of getting inspired again to pick that back up. So who knows? I have no idea where that's going to lead me to, but hopefully, I mean, I do have enough content to hopefully put my own book out there one day, but that's the dream, so we'll see.
Cigars and poetry.
You
I
never
can
know.
see it.
Your photography, poetry,
Hmm.
because you take really beautiful pictures of nature. That would go with my poems,
Mm-hmm.
even of portraits.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
And hopefully I gotta make more time. Sometimes you just gotta make more time.
Yeah.
Sometimes there isn't enough time to do stuff that you want to do.
Yeah.
I'm just there's so much stuff sometimes.
We just got to prioritize things, really,
So
especially this new year coming up to see what we're looking at, what we want to do as far as everything else concerned. I mean, we're starting this new podcast together. It's kind of cool. We've been talking about it for a very long time and finally decided to go ahead and start it and just see where we go. I mean, see where, people want us to talk about content or, new things to pair and things to talk about. So
Right. I mean, as a couple, we like to talk more other stuff besides just straight cigars and all that. But we'll
hmm
answer questions,
yeah,
especially as still like a novice starting out, or um, still like young in the community.
yeah,
I mean, we smoked a lot of cigars so far, more than most people do. So a lot of them they only do it at special occasions.
yeah.
Uh, we're at part where people actually ask you
Yes,
stuff,
they asked me stuff. Yeah.
and like, what do you do? Doesn't you know doesn't it smell? Does it's like
Why do you use this cutter or that cutter, or what is a cutter? I mean, just different things that people ask, or people that know me are just kind of interested in knowing an explanation of what's going on. Especially since they don't smoke at all, so they're just kind of curious about what's going. Why I picked it up, or what this new hobby is, they say, or lifestyle.
especially since you your background didn't come up you came up differently.
hmm
Not really anybody really smoked it, or
Well, my grandfather smoked, and I hated the fact that he smoked it. It was just a very, I guess I'd say, very ugly memories of him. And so I didn't care for the cigar smoke because
and
that was only him that I could relate to that with. But,
and he probably just smoked cheap cigars.
well, who knows? But I don't remember the type of cigars he smoked. But I think really, with you, and when you had asked me about it, you wanting to try cigars, you wanted to do, try smoking cigars, and what I thought about it, if I was okay with it, because of the fact that the cigar smoke would trigger memories for me. I think with you asking, it was something that I was like, okay, you know what? He cared enough to ask about me, then I'm going to care enough to say, if that's what you really wanted to do for your birthday that year, go for it. And I'll let you know if I don't care for that. And that's where I learned that different cigars have different aromas, they have different tastes, they have different notes. And I think learning that from you kind of pushed me past that memory of cigar smoke. And so I was able to kind of, you know, even start smoking myself. So that's where, it kind of helped me push past that.
Oh, sure. So I mean, I did have a consideration when asking you, and
Mm-hmm.
um, if you had said no, it would probably have been a little bit different. You know, um, maybe you're like, go ahead, but don't let me be around you, and which that kind of was the deal.
It was a deal at the beginning, yeah. Until I think until I went out there to ask you something, and I realized that the cigar smoke was not the same as my memory was. And so that's when I kind of would start sitting out there with you and telling you, okay, that one's good or that one's not. And then you kind of go from there, you
and
know.
and that's when I think that's where a lot of my research came from,
hmm
was researching types of cigars, brands, and then just deep dived in them to kind of figure out what is the difference that made you think that they were different than what they were before.
hmm
And that's why, you know I didn't get my first humidor till later, and so I didn't like start buying a bunch because
I mean, and even reality, you didn't buy a bunch. You were gifted a lot of cigars. So
I
that's where
was.
your humidor was even a gift to you. And it came in handy with, the cigars that you were getting as gifts.
That is true. So if you just start, if you actually just start and just trying them out,
hmm
and people see you, they may just think that you smoke all the time. I just posted for my birthday having a cigar one time, and that's how I got almost a full box of cigars gifted to me, and so I even have a couple of those cigars still from that. So um, you know, it's been a year and a half, almost a year and a half, and just journey's been kind of wild. We've made so many
We've made a lot of
friends.
friends, yes.
Doing this.
Definitely.
Friends are trying to go in business with this, and the showing the community has been big. Um, and yeah, I didn't think would. We don't have friends. Well, we really don't have friends here where we moved to,
Mm.
but um, what's that, Randy? Hey, Randy. And so we really don't have friends locally here, so
Yeah.
everybody's online.
Yeah.
And when we
I mean,
get
it's
to,
a few hour drives to our friends that are in Texas, but it's still a few hour drive to go see them. But I mean, I think it's really great the online friendships that you make, the support, especially for Crispin, because at the first, he was really we don't really have friends in the town. We don't have friends in the next town over either. So for Crispin to have made friends that actually had the same interest as him, I mean, I could see the difference in him when he got to talk to the guys, and the fact that they talked like almost every night, and they would check on him when he didn't get on because he was having a bad day or whatever. I thought that was amazing, and it was really great because for me myself, I have my friends, my best friends and stuff that I talk to online or that check on me, you know, but they're like, my religious sisters that I used to be a part of. And so for Crispin to actually find male friends that, he could talk to and,
jibber
male
jabber.
friends that can jibber jabber and boys can be boys with. I mean, I think that's a great blessing for him. And I really did support that for him. So I think it's a lot of fun too, especially when we got to meet up with all the guys.
Yeah, and when you meet them in person, it's you talk to them every single day, and then you meet them in person, hang out at a lounge. It's incredible.
Mm-hmm.
It's like almost meeting your best friend every time, because we'll see them, and then of course then we won't see them again for 3, 4, 6 months, and like the Cigar dudes is like uh, we were on been talking for almost a year, and then we got to meet all at one time, and that was incredible. And then like Frank, Texas Cigar Society, uh,
Yeah,
meeting him at the lounge. Already met him. I've met him 3 times or so far.
I think so.
I think so.
Yeah. It's fun hanging out with him though.
Yeah,
I enjoy
he
it.
is fun.
Enjoy the talk.
So, and he's closer to where we're actually from. So, uh, totally enjoyed it. Even though he wants to boot me off the Discord. So, um,
He's actually where I'm from.
oh, is he?
San Antonio.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he's living.
Yeah, yeah. So, uh, any closing thoughts for
Hmm.
for first real live?
I have no idea. I've been drinking pretty good though.
I know. Are you getting hot?
I'm always hot.
Yeah, you're.
You can see my cheeks are red.
So,
But yeah, no. If you haven't tried Iron Wolf
whiskey,
gin,
or from Iron Wolf Distillery.
yes, I would recommend picking up a bottle because it's freaking amazing.
It's no Buffalo Trace, no
Well,
Weller
yeah,
type.
no, but I mean, come on, it's got good.
It's a step up from. Um,
Well, I would say it's different.
it's different.
It's
yes.
different, especially the hot scotch.
Yes.
Because you're not expecting that. You expect the sweet from the candy of the butterscotch candy, but you're not expecting that pow from the freaking cinnamon candy that you used to eat when you were little.
Right.
It's awesome. But I'm enjoying my gin, so.
Oh, the cinnamon hits you sometimes. Yeah.
Yeah. So no, but this has been fun.
This was fun.
It's been fun.
So we'll work on a couple videos. We'll probably go live.
We'll re-record our video.
We'll re-record the video. Yes.
All right, I guess
like,
so.
Take 2.
Take 2.
So, thank you for joining, and for everybody that's watching this live after the live.
Yeah.
Be sure and comment and like and subscribe and hit that notification bell for future videos or lives.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Hit us up on Instagram or Facebook if you're friends on Facebook with us.
Yeah. I'm
Uh,
very picky on Facebook, so unless you're already friends with Crispin, I don't add you. I'm sorry, I just don't know you.
so,
I've been getting really weird requests from men I don't know, and Veronica just doesn't add them.
and that as a female, I believe that is one of the side effects.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
as a male, we already know it's a scam.
Well, I can tell, but I'm just like, I mean, honestly, I had them weird friend requests when I was a religious sister, sad to say, and I declined everybody back then. So it's pretty much the same now, even though I'm not a sister anymore and I'm married to Crispin. I will decline friend requests from people I just don't know. It's just how it is.
So,
So,
thank you for watching.
yes.
Until next time.
Have a great night.
Okay, now I got to get up and hit that button.
You have to get up and hit the button. Bye, guys.